Sanbonani, Kamusbulelo Inkosazana Kwamyeni, and welcome to Create Black. Thank you so much for joining me today. So the other day I saw a mantis, a praying mantis. It's Twalambis. And it just reminded me of what a mantis stands for in African cultures and in African spirituality, and it kind of inspired me to do this video today. So when I was growing up, whenever you see a praying mantis, you would be told that ugogo, so don't disturb it. So if it comes in the house or you spot it somewhere, around the yard, you are not supposed to distract it. You are not supposed to kill it, but you just let it be up until it decides to leave. And if it lands on you, that would be seen as good luck. And yeah, but somehow a mantis always possessed that maternal, nurturing aura with it. Well, at least for me. So I think that mainly the reason why we see a mantis as representing Ogogo could have to do with an ancient story how about how the Mantis gave the Sand People fire. So apparently, according to the story, is that long ago man would hunt, and afterwards he would have his meat raw, and this was quite the norm, so nobody ever thought much about it. But one day, a mantis noticed that every time an ostrich had his meals, it would always smell amazing. You could smell it from a distance that no, this food tastes unbelievably divine. And he decided to observe. He decided to follow the ostrich around and look at what he does. And the mantis noticed that whenever the ostrich wanted to eat, the ostrich would lift up his wing and take out this flame, and he would obviously place his food on this flame, and it smelled amazing afterwards, and only then would the ostrich actually eat. And he did this every time before he ate. And the mantis was smart enough to know that there was no way this ostrich would actually give him some of this fire. So what he decided was to trick the ostrich. And he knew that the ostrich loved, nice things. He loved fruits. So what he did was the mantis told the ostrich that there is a plum tree and it has delicious, juicy plums that he just needs to taste. So, being gullible, the ostrich went ahead and they went to this plum tree, and indeed he tasted the plums. They were absolutely divine. But then the mantis told him that no, you have to go to the top, because at the top that's where the nicest plums are, and they are juicier than the ones at the bottom. And being caught by greed, the ostrich decided that he would tiptoe, and obviously he lifted his wings. And when he lifted his wings, that was when the mantis stole this fire, and he ran as fast as his legs could carry him. And obviously this is how the ostrich lost some of its fire. And it is also said this is the reason why the ostrich does not fly, because he is scared that if he lifts his wings again, he is going to lose the rest of the rest of his fire. And that's when he decided never to ever fly again. And of course, the Mantis gave this fire, introduced this fire to to people, and that's how we started cooking our meals. That's according to the San mythology. And I think when you come across this story, it is so beautiful, and it just shows you of the nurturing ability of the Mantis, which is why I think that whenever you see a Mantis, elders just tell you not to distract it, because there is a rich, rich, beautiful history of how the Mantis introduce fire to people, regardless of whether you are San or not. But in the African community, the Mantis is given this very powerful, sacred ability of being a nurturer. And it's so amazing that most of the time, when you see a Mantis, they would tell you that, oh, gogo bakuvakashele, or it represents your female spirit guardians. And maybe this has to do with the fact that the Mantis gave fire to the people. I don't know, but I think it could possibly be that reason. But in most cases, a Mantis is given that female quality, regardless of what the Mantis might be. It might be male or female, but it represents your female guardians or your female ancestors. So this is how you see if your grandmothers are close to you at that moment. And it's so ironic because whenever you see a Mantis, it's always in a prayer position, always. And ogogo bayatandas a lot, you know. A lot of the time, ogogo have ancient knowledge and they pray a lot. And maybe that's why it's also associated um, with 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 your grandmothers. And it's amazing how sometimes these little things, as we grow up, we tend to forget about it. But whenever you see a Mantis, you are reminded, and it it gives you that warm feeling inside that, okay, I know they are watching over me. I know they are here, and whatever you're going through, it just seems like you'll be able to get through it. So, a Mantis is very sacred, and a Mantis is one, you know, insect that you cannot really kill, because it is seen as a bad omen. And that would be like you breaking, the bond between you and your spirit guides. And it is believed that when you see it, it's actually carrying a message for you. And obviously you'll interpret the message for yourself and how you feel, and how what it represents for you. And it's also amazing that whenever a Mantis lands on you, it is also considered to be good luck. And I know that a Mantis is quite calm, it's associated with feelings of being calm, being at peace, and just this beautiful aura. And it reminds you of you know it reminds you to it reminds you that you're not alone, you know so for me, I think when I saw this Mantis, and I hadn't seen a Mantis in the longest time, for me it felt like my grandmother was with me. It felt like um, she just wanted to check up on me, and it felt like everything is gonna be okay. you know. and and that's a beautiful feeling. So a praying mantis is extremely sacred, and it's something we generally don't talk about, or something you know we don't see every day, but whenever you see it, you let it be. And another interesting thing is that it is not associated with your maternal or your paternal grandmothers. It's just representing grandmothers. So it could be from either side. And I think that's quite powerful as well. Um, so yeah, up until next time, don't forget to be a grounding flavor.